That's just how irrational his mind is. LeBron James' reaction to Donald Trump claiming he is friends with Dan Gilbert. James knew no one from his circle wanted to build a relationship with President Trump. Usually, athletes tend to stay away from openly discussing their political views, considering how, in modern times, they are expected to inspire generations through their craft. However, when it comes to NBA players, that has rarely been the case. Over the years, some players have been unapologetic in displaying their admiration and respect for former U.S. President Barack Obama. However, when it comes to Donald Trump, unfortunately, that hasn't been the case, as he clearly hasn't resonated well with some of the biggest names in the NBA realm. For instance, tensions reached their boiling point when Trump referred to Cleveland Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert as his friend in 2017, during his first term. While some would have easily let that narrative slip, LeBron James, who was with the franchise at that time, did not hold back in calling out the president for boasting about a bond that, in his view, never truly existed and was developed only for the sake of cameras. LeBron never held himself back when going at Donald. Trump first drew the ire of several NBA players when he suggested that NFL players should be fired for disrespecting the national flag by kneeling or choosing not to stand up for the national anthem. LeBron, who had never been a fan of Donald's ideologies, responded sharply by accusing him of trying to divide everyone through sports. The situation escalated further when Trump referred to Gilbert as a great friend while addressing him publicly during the Chicago Cubs' visit to the White House after their World Series triumph. The four-time MVP almost instantly labeled the president as irrational for trying to portray a bond with a likable public figure, only to boost his image and perception. "If anyone stands next to that guy, he will call you close friends," James said, as quoted by ESPN. "He doesn't even know you. That's just how irrational his mind is. I can't speak for Dan. He's his own man. I can't speak for the situation that happened. He can tell you about that." Gilbert was himself thrown off by Trump's antics. While some believe LBJ went overboard by commenting on others' potential relationship with Trump, the fact of the matter is that Gilbert and his wife had donated $75,000 to Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign, who was his opponent in the election. Additionally, they had also made a significant financial contribution to Chris Christie, who was one of Trump's Republican rivals. The Cavs owner himself later clarified that his limited interactions with Trump were strictly related to securing federal assistance for development projects in Cleveland and Detroit, and not any personal relationship. Our focus with any office holder or politician is about the communication of the still substantial needs of our former Rust Belt cities that are now finally beginning the road to recovery and growth that other parts of America have been experiencing for a long period of time, Dan said. That being said, LBJ was fully aware that no one in his circle was willing to build a meaningful relationship with Donald. As a result, over time, their relationship has only grown increasingly sour to the point where neither Trump nor James shies away from an opportunity to fire shots at each other. Clearly, they have no interest in reconciling their differences. Hopefully, this unfortunate reality will change if these two influential personalities work together to do good for society in the coming time.